Hi, good morning. Happy Sunday. It's quite chilly and quite windy. The leaves scared her. Miss Penelope got a haircut yesterday. I had to order new clippers, and they were a little bit different than the previous clippers. She's pretty much scalped. Yeah. I mean, she looks cute, but it was a really short haircut. I usually give this haircut in the winter. I mean in the summer. in the summer because she gets hot with all that hair. And yesterday we went for a walk at the church yesterday afternoon, and she did get hot. She was panting very heavily. And I was like, okay girl, let's go home and get your hair cut. Yeah, and that's what we did. And she looks adorable. However, she's freezing because now this morning it's 40 but feels like 33 and it's very windy. So yeah, she has been snuggled up with the heating pad on the couch and wearing this shirt. I didn't know I was cutting her that short at first because I was just doing her legs and her under her arms. You just gotta shave under them arms, ladies. But anyway, then when I started going on her back, I was like, that's really short, Tracy. Well, there's no going back now. But she does look cute. I need to clean up her face a little bit because by the time I got to her face, she was done. She was over it. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna continue this in the car since it's so windy. So y'all stay tuned, okay? Okay. Now then, I'm going to see my sister. I'm so excited. I'm taking her the mirror that I picked up for her. And don't worry, because y'all won't know that I'm going to see my sister until I'm already back home. Because these are not live. They are pre-recorded. But I do post the same day, so you don't have to be confused about what day it is. What day is it, Mike? It's Sunday. That's what day it is, Mike. Anyway, moving on. I was looking through my memories this morning. Memories in the corners of my mind. This video was 3 years ago, so I know that most of y'all haven't seen it because it only had about, 12 likes. So, I am going to retell the story because I think it's hilarious. But first I have to tell you a backstory because, that's how I roll. 3 years ago, I done be having a water leak in my kitchen. And I had to call someone to come in and rip out the old kitchen and rebuild a new kitchen, basically. I'll include some of the pictures. It was a mess. I put out a plea to Facebook. I need help renovating a kitchen. Who have you used and blah, blah, blah. Well, my friend Christy, which is my best friend's younger sister, said that her husband Timmy, that the guy he works for, they do that too. I was like, cool. So I called Richard and asked him, could he come give me a quote? And he did. And I went ahead and used them because I had used them to install the floors in my townhouse and in my living room. And they had done my mom's floors and my friend Peggy's floors and Kim's floors. So anyway, they do a really good job. So I just went ahead and used them. Well, Timmy, Christy's husband, when he came 3 years ago, he told me of a story that happened at the townhouse. And y'all, I got so flippin' tickled because it's about my girl Gracie. So he tells me the story. He says that Gracie, they were upstairs working in the bedrooms laying floors. And I was at work because I trusted these guys, still do. well enough that I just left the door unlocked. And they came in and they worked while I was at work, and then usually by the time I got off, they were gone. And all was well. And that was before I got Charlie, so I didn't have to worry about him, but I did have Gracie. So they were upstairs working. There's Big Richard, Little Richard, and Timmy. So Big Richard tells Timmy, go downstairs and shut off the power box. And Timmy goes downstairs, and my fuse box was, I had a little inset laundry room that was in this hallway that led from the door over to the kitchen. So it was just an open area, and Gracie, I must have had Charlie because Gracie was eating on the dryer, because before I got Charlie I didn't feed her on the dryer, so I guess he was locked into the living room area so he couldn't get to them. He goes down there and he goes to reach for the fuse box, and Gracie hisses and growls. You know how they do that little growl? That low growl. It's kind of terrifying. Yeah. Well, she does that, and he goes back upstairs, and Richard's like, Big Richard, did you get it cut off? And he said, no. And he said, why not? He said, because the cat's down there, she's mean, and she's hissing, and she's growling at me. And Big Richard's like, gosh, Timmy, it's just a cat, I'll do it. So Big Richard goes stomping down the steps. He gets to where the dryer is, and he reaches over for the fuse box, and Gracie hisses and growls at him. He goes back upstairs, and Little Richard, that makes me want to sing a song by Little Richard. Little Richard says, did you get it cut off? No, that cat. She's hissing and growling. And Little Richard's like, what is wrong with y'all? It's a cat. I'm sorry. So he goes down there and he goes to reach for the fuse box, because you had to kind of lean over the dryer because the opening was on the back side of the dryer. And so you had to kind of lean over it to get the door to open. And Gracie started hissing and growling at him. I don't know why she didn't just jump off the dryer, but that's Gracie. I mean, she's not going to back down. So Timmy is telling me this, that Little Richard takes out his measuring tape and he pulls a little bit out and locks it, and he's trying to reach over the top of Gracie to hook the little hooky thing on the door so he can open it. Well, he gets it open, but then he can't get to the fuse. So then he's trying to flip the breaker with that measuring tape, and it's not that strong. So then he pulls the tape back out, and he's pushing it against Gracie's chest, like trying to hold back this dangerous beast. And when he does that, she kind of backs up onto the washer, and then he's able to reach over and flip the breaker off. Y'all, I was dying. I was laughing so hard my cheeks were hurting when Timmy told me this story. Gracie is a legend, and her fear will live on in the hearts of many men and women who have come to visit me, because she is Siamese. Hear her roar. Yeah. Turn that heated seat off, because it's getting a little warm up in here. It's starting to get the vapors. It's so warm up in here. When I come around the corner and I see those mountains in the distance, it makes my heart so happy. And more mountains in the distance. used to stalk them back in the day. Yes, I did. I was an Alabama stalker. Do y'all see the heart painted and the cross up there? I don't know how they did it, but anyway, the guy in that red car right there, his wife, I guess, is sitting in the back seat of the car, and just like in my front seat, there's a dog seat, and the dog is sitting in the front seat of the car while the wife is sitting in the back seat. To each his own, right? Right. I'll be back. There was a sign back there that said bear crossing for the next 10 miles. And I just want to know, how do bears know where those signs are so that they can cross in between those signs? Do you ever think about that? I know these ain't big mountains compared to some mountains, but they're pretty darn big for me. It still works. I mean, it's still open. They still go there. My sister's favorite restaurant, the Trailer. She loves their biscuits and sweet tea. I like how these are built up higher on this side and lower on that side. And town is down there, like the courthouse, all the antique shops, the train. The train is a big thing in Blue Ridge. You can take the train ride. Right down there. Right down there. Right down there is where the train is. It's a cute little town, isn't it? This is where I want to live when I grow up. I don't guess I'll ever grow up, though. This beautiful property. This is the road that my sister lives off of, and it is curvy, so I'll be back. This road will make you nauseous. My mama used to yell at me if I drove a little bit too fast on it. I'm going 25 miles an hour. But if I ever sped up, man, she'd start screaming at me because she didn't like it. But it has some very sharp turns. It used to be gravel when they first moved here. So they've come a long way and got it paved. Isn't this beautiful, though? It has taken me an hour and 20 minutes to get here, so not too bad, not too shabby, but I would love to live up here. But there would be bears. I'd have to be careful of the bears. It's the bears that worry me about living up here. It's the bears. But again, if you stay away from them, they usually will leave you alone. Unless it's a mama and a baby. And the bears. You see how much traffic there is. So much traffic. A lot of log homes. It gets crazy up in here. It gets some kind of crazy. Goodness gracious. I think you can see the lake way down through there. Can you see why my mama didn't like this road? Add a little bit of vertigo to it. Whoo, Lord, there's the lake. It's hard to see through all the trees, but that is a lake. Lake Blue Ridge. Uh-oh, car's coming. You pretty much have to move over when a car comes because there's not a lot of room through here, especially for two SUVs. Isn't that amazing? Amazing. These are called mountainside, and then they have lakefront properties, and they do be expensive. Yes, they do be. Ooh, Lord. Okay, I'll be back. Now then, as promised, I am home and finishing up my video for the day. My girl is passed out beside me, and Gracie is passed out on her little heated bed. They had a treat, and they were ready to lay back down. Such a stressful day without Mom being here. They slept all day, so, yeah, very stressed. But anyway, we had a good time. I helped her clean her kitchen because, you know, construction, dust everywhere. So I had one of the big duster things and went all through the kitchen and dusted all the cabinets and cabinets, and then, you know, the cabinet, and wiped down the countertops, and she was unboxing her dishes and, you know, all the things, because they basically moved out for all the renovations that they did, so now they're having to move back in. But I hope you enjoyed the trip and the story of my fierce little lioness over there. And that's it for this one. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon because these people be crazy. And I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries, which should be tomorrow, good Lord willing, because I do post every day. And that's it. Toodles, my noodles, and stay silly, my friends. Goodbye.